I have in front of me here a 90 centimeter universal satellite dish, and it comes with a galvanized wall mounted bracket here. Basically the bracket gives a standoff of 40 centimeters out from the wall, so you get almost full 180-degree rotation on this when bought together. Now if we look at the dish itself, well, the key things on this, in terms of dimensions here, it says a 90 centimeter, but in reality from top to bottom it's about 94 centimeters, and in terms of width it's 87 centimeters wide. Okay? When we actually receive the satellite dish, you'll receive it in three parts. You'll have the actual skin of the dish, which you can see here. You'll have this arm here, which bolts onto the back of the dish, and it's for holding the LNB. And then you have a box of components, which comes in the steel box here. And I'll just give you an overview of what comes in that box in a little while. There's a nice little instruction manual with a visual guide on it. Although, as part of this series of videos, we're actually having an assembly video to go with this. So let's just mention this point here. For demonstration purposes, I've just put in a universal single LNB here, but this doesn't come with an LNB at all, but if you're buying an LNB, you can buy anything from a single up to an octo, which is basically an 8-way LNB, and run it all off the one dish. So if we see the assembly here, this part here is plastic, and if I just rotate around and look at the back of the dish, what we'll be able to see here is that we have a dish bracket here, basically bolts onto the dish, and if we look at the front of the dish here, the front of these bolts here, they're actually countersunk into the dish to give a very smooth finish, okay, which for both aesthetically and from a signal perspective is good. We can see here that this bracket has two purposes. The first one is to hold this LNB arm here, which holds the LNB that we saw at the front, and there's also an elevation bracket which you can see here. It's quite good in terms of we just angle it to be able to adjust the angle of tilt so we can point directly at the satellite, and then basically we have two large U-bolts here that bolt on, and what we do here is we bolt this onto an actual bracket, and what we're doing with that is we can just rotate and angle it, and when we're happy with the overall angle we can bolt it in, and that would obviously bolt onto the bracket that I showed you earlier. Okay, so that's it, an overview of the 90 centimeter dish. Just to mention that this is a part of a wider range of universal dishes we sell. The most popular would be the 60 centimeter, the 80 centimeter dish then after that. The 90 centimeter is often for foreign channels, for people who are really struggling to get good signal with say an 80 centimeter dish because they're in regional areas like Donegal or West Cork, something like that. The 90 centimeter dish is good. And at the top of the range, currently the largest one we have, I believe, is 110 centimeters. So that's it anyway, an overview of the universal 90 centimeter satellite dish with wall mounting bracket.